is Julie. You are watching Treasures Made from Yarn. And in this video, it is my Stash Down 2023 for February. And this is where I cover everything that I had done for the month of February. I have so many interesting projects to show you. I think I had this one done first at the beginning of the month. It's just a simple basket. I don't know if you can tell, that was the kind of yarn it was. You usually use this to make like scarves, but I decided, I think I seen it when one of the mystery yarn boxes that was hosted by Armchair Chef. Somebody, I think I had sent that kind of yarn to somebody, and they made a basket out of that, and I thought, what a good idea. So I used what I had left to make the basket. Well, the interesting thing about the basket, I started on the base and I turned it around, so this is the wrong side on the bottom. I turned it around and then worked up the sides, and it made an interesting base. So it'll be something to think about in my future baskets. So yeah, the right side is on the inside of the basket. Then flipped it, I turned it and then started to work the sides. And just the way it laid, it just, without having to do like working in the back loops to form that basket, it formed nicely. So I like how this turned out. I keep like small ends and items in this basket. So I think I wrote down what everything weighed. So let me see how much the basket weighed. Basket weighed 3.3 ounces or 94 grams. So that's the basket. Next up, I had the blue hat. It is a Bag O' Day pattern. I plan to donate the hat to Hat Not Hate. Hat Not Hate is an organization that is an anti-bullying campaign. And I think about the fall time, I'm not sure, they'll distribute handmade knitted and crocheted hats to the public schools around the country. I think it's a worthy cause. Since I myself was bullied a lot in school, I felt like this cause to me was very important. So every year I'll make blue hats, and I will, sometime in the fall, I will donate all the blue hats I made so far. And somewhere down the line, there'll be a video on that. So that is the hat. The hat came in at 3.3 ounces or 94 grams. And since the February was the month of like Valentine's Day and stuff, I got some heart projects in there. I came up with some heart garland. I do have a written tutorial on how to make this heart garland. So yeah, I think single crochet rows from like one end and up, and you just kept going along to make the heart garland. I had this version, and I have a small version somewhere. Oh, there it is. It fell on the floor. I made this one, is in the actual video tutorial. So I know we're probably not doing, we're past the month of February now, and I hope you keep this one in mind when it comes around again, or you want to make hearts for like not just Valentine's Day, for maybe anniversaries and stuff. Make this heart garland. So the small garland came at 0.2 ounces or 5 grams. The long garland was 0.9 ounces or 25 grams. And our final heart is this giant heart. I use, hold on, I had this is a yarn band from that, and I still have plenty left. So I used for the heart is 2 ounces went into making the heart, or 56 grams. And I do have a video tutorial on how to make this. I think the very first one I made, I used a whole skein of Red Heart Super Saver yarn. So you can make a really big giant heart. Almost a small blanket, you know, it's almost the size of a small blanket. See, I don't think I have, well, I might have, hold on, I might have the original giant heart. Here it is. This is my very first giant heart. Kind of big. Just for future reference, a whole, like there's a whole skein of Red Heart Super Saver is used to make this. You want a really big one, but made this one for the video tutorial. All right, that is it for hearts. Yeah, I think I told you the weight on the heart already. Don't mind me. Oh, next I have this cutie. It's the hanging sloth. Obviously this one has fiber fill in it, and obviously it has safety eyes and the nose with this. So I initially had made this intending to give this to a church friend, but this one turned out look like it's a little small. So I am making another sloth. I'm using the yarn that it was suggested in the pattern. So yeah, that yarn's not going to come out of last year's stash. I had to buy new stuff to make that sloth. But anyway, I made this stuff. This sloth came out of the stash I already had on hand. Oh my god, he's so cute. Oh my god, he's so cute. Anyway, let's see how much this sloth weighed. 4 ounces or 113 grams. Okay, that's a sloth. All right, finally I have, oh, I should probably fold it up. This blanket. Whole thing of anniversary kicks went into this blanket. All right, I have that much left. That's it. So for practical purposes, that whole skein went into this blanket. I do have a video tutorial on how to make this blanket, so I hope you check that out. So obviously if it was the whole skein, that was 35.3 ounces. Or 100 grams. So that should cover all my projects that I had completed in February. The project I hope to have had completed in February is the February's temperature blanket. That is not done yet. I'll have to show you that in March. Or stay tuned, or if you subscribe, I'll do eventually a temperature blanket and my temperature scarf update video to see the final finished project for February. Otherwise, you'll see it next month in March's Stash Down 2023. So anyway, the total yardage for everything, or I don't know the yards, I'm sorry, I meant the weight, is I did 49.5 ounces or 1,400 grams. For February. So all right, I can show you what I have left now in my stash. Okay, I have moved to my floor because it seems like a lot of my stash is on the floor, but we are starting with my cart. So I have moved quite a bit of my scrap acrylic yarn in here, or it has the temperature blanket I'm working on for the temperature blanket. And I have a basket on the side. I don't know if you can see a basket on the side of the cart. That's where all my scraps are mostly, but I am working on which I think this is gonna be a bag at some point. And some of that yarn is in the cart too. So that is the acrylic yarn. I have this basket. Most of the stuff is in this basket is for the temperature blanket. I'm not sure if this I didn't buy I bought this year. I had planned this to go on the border for each month of the temperature blanket. I think it counts because it's for a project I already started. It might not. If not, that's what this is for. This is for the border. I still have one of the cloud cakes. I am working on a project for that. I have another big cake yet. And still the acrylic yarn for the blanket. That's mostly in here. So that is that basket. See, most of my yarn's in these handmade baskets. This basket used to have some of the other acrylic yarn. I had since moved all the Chanel I had is in this basket. So I still got quite a bit of that yet. So yeah, that's this basket. It's Chanel. Oh, this basket used to have the anniversary cake in it, so but I had used that up. This, yeah, you've seen this already. It was left of the cotton. And I had moved more of the acrylic in here. Blue for I plan to use for Hat Not Hate hats. I still have the scarfie. This in here. Some woolies. Some of this yarn, more. This is all acrylic. And I got some of these cotton cakes. I'm not sure I'm going to use for these yet, but. Oh, well, I forgot to mention some of my stash left. I didn't keep track of how much, but you'll have to check my boxing video for this month's Mystery Yarn Challenge 2023, which is hosted by Armchair Chef. I donated some of my yarn from this last year's stash out to go to another person for my mystery box to send out. So some of it did go, and unfortunately I didn't keep track of how much weight left for that project. But I'll leave a link to that video so you can see what I'll send out. That's that basket. Here's this basket. This is the yarn I used for that sloth I showed you. So I had used some of this Eco Naturals yarn. So yeah, this is the basket that was stuff I like to make the best. So I got a bunch of cotton yarn left. I had plans, which I still might have plans to make a bag out of these. That might be closer to Christmas time because I plan to make it as a gift. Oh, what is that? Oh. I don't know if I'll use any of this, but this is all thread. I hardly ever use thread, so that is thread. And this basket is for, oh, don't, already lost. This is for the year-long temperature scarf. That is that. Okay, all right. So in this milk crate, I did break into some of this. pom-poms that went into the Sloth. So this was in a mystery box. One of the mystery box I bought before the end of the year. So there's natural merles yet. Some sock yarn. Okay. Finally, I have this basket. I think I got this one full of odds and ends of other yarn. I think I got 4 balls of this, a couple of the cotton to the core ones, and I think I have some summer nights. And I think, oh, some bamboo and some other, oh yeah, from this kind of the soft acrylic yarn. So I have all that in there. If I ever like make dolls type or origami type stuff, I might use this yarn for that. All right, that is still quite a bit of stash I still have from left going into 2023. I'm already starting a new stash for next year. So I guess that kind of defeats the purpose. So if you did like this video, please give it a like. If you want to see more content like this, please subscribe to my channel. I want to thank you always for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye now.